My name's Rob Woolner. I'm Managing Director here at Autex Industries, based in New Zealand. We're predominantly a manufacturing business. We've done a range of different products over the years, from needle punch carpet through to polyester insulation and more recently acoustic interiors products. We sell business to business, so it is quite complex, quite a few different relationships coming through specifiers right through to trading customers. From a typical sales call, it could be 6, 12, 18 months before a sale is realised. We're fairly saturated here in New Zealand and similar in Australia. And for us, we'd had a little bit of exposure to some export markets, but it was quite ad hoc in the way that we went about that, in terms of people would ring up wanting to order some product and we'd do our best to export it all over the world to wherever they wanted to. So we wanted a bit more structure. Certainly our growth needed to come offshore. As we're inducting new staff as we grew, especially in new markets, we really needed some process and some systems for them to be able to adopt that and then run that in their markets as well. For us, one of the projects we did with SalesStar actually was looking at our sales team globally and getting those account managers and salespeople to complete a profile that really gave us an indication on where strengths lie, certainly in a sales context. So for us, that really gave us a blueprint of the people that we have, and I guess the people that tend to work well in certain markets. Each market is slightly different, and certainly helped us figure out what sort of people work really well in those markets. And then from there, it then gave us an idea on how we train those people further and where the gaps were. And as soon as you know where the gaps are, you can really start to put in some meaningful training. So we really set about trying to look at the sales structure end to end and write that down into a series of phases with some percentages around how confident we are converting at each of those stages. And then we started looking at how we go to market and our unique selling proposition, and really for the first time probably actually put down on paper what's unique about our business. What do we do that other people can't say they do as well? And I think that really resonated with our sales team and really provided some sort of ingredients for when they're in those calls to actually be able to say something meaningful and be proud of it too. And then from there, with that sales cycle too, I think it certainly gave us the structure to then roll into the CRM that we implemented. So we didn't have a CRM, and yet we're a relatively large business. So for us, knowing our sales process made that CRM design and implementation a lot more simple. And we basically built and changed that CRM to reflect that sales plan. So it really embedded the work that we did with SalesStar. It gives us something to measure against in terms of that continuous improvement that we're looking for. It gives you a real benchmark to measure against, and then you can start to look at where people across your team sit, and then how we can help support them, I guess, reach the milestone of what we think is sort of that perfect salesperson. And also it gives us a focus on some profitable activity as well, and a whole bunch more accountability